Hello, my friends. It is me, Mel. And namaste, mofos. It is me, Mel, and you're here at Spiritual AF, where I give you some reading, some insight. I help you navigate the world you're in at this current moment. It is December, and we are just coming off of the winter solstice. So the winter solstice is when both poles of the earth are the furthest away from the sun. And so for our hemisphere, we've had the longest day of night. And then for the southern hemisphere, they've had the longest day of summer, of daylight. So this is also the death of darkness and the birth of more light coming into our world. And it's a slow progression. We're going to start to notice the days start to lengthen. And that's the joy of the winter solstice. We're going to have more sunlight, more motivation, more hope, more joy. Even the darkness can bring the same thing, but we're now entering a shift. And so with this shift, we are also noticing the holiday season, right? Whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, the solstice, any time, any culture, any spiritual bent, you may start to notice that this time of year is when people start to think a little bit more about others, about where they are in life, what they want to do with themselves. You know, we have New Year's Eve coming up in about a week. And so this is that time of year where we start to reflect, go inward, and really think about how we want to show up in the world. And so if you are here with me and Spiritual AF, I want to congratulate you. Congratulations for showing up for yourself and getting some inspiration and support with the inward process, with the reflection process, with you being more mindful in how you relate to the world around you. And so, a little housekeeping, a little about myself. Who the hell am I? I'm Mel. I am In-Lightened Spirit. I am a psychic, medium, coach, and advisor. And what I do is I make a soul to soul connection with you and help you activate your talents, your treasures, help you surmount your obstacles, help you understand how in this lifetime you are meant to do amazing and wonderful things, but we all need a little help in order to do them. And that's what I do. I help you achieve your amazing. And I do that through my oracle cards, as well as channeled messages from universe and spirit. And I love this work because I have been able to connect so very deeply with so many amazing individuals, and we are all activating. And as many of you know, it is time for an activation. This offering, Spiritual as Fuck, Spiritual AF, is where I use my affirmators to give you guys a general message about what we want to think about in the week to come, since this show is every Monday at 7. And so we're going to move into the affirmators shortly. But I also wanted to let you guys know that this time is especially hard for those who have suffered losses. And so this doesn't even mean necessarily death transition, but it could just mean a shift in family structure, losses of jobs, losses of opportunities, feeling just kind of a little bit less tethered. And so when we reflect and go inward, there's a lot of things we can do to help shift loss from being something that is a liability to something that is an asset. And especially with my recent experiences with loss and mediumship this week, I will be pulling a card from heaven, from my heavenly speaking with heaven deck. So we're going to move into the affirmators and what should we consider moving into this week. And so the card is beauty. Hey, I am beautiful even when I don't think it. I am beautiful even when I don't see it. I am beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. I'm beautiful and I don't even care if you know it. I'm beautiful, which is why I don't have to try so hard all the time to show it. And what a freaking awesome sauce and message. Okay? Let me tell you something. Let's turn down this music. Everybody knows I'm a music fiend, right? So, when we are stepping into this period where we have to be frontward facing with people, whether it's at your job, with your family, with colleagues, with strangers, we have to remember that we're not fucking tools. You're not a tool. You are beautiful. Your light, your energy is absolutely radiant, right? And when you interact with people, places, and things, you are bringing your brand of beauty, and it's so freaking stunning, to the equation. And so, regardless of whether or not you are hurrying through the stores or whether you are driving down the road trying to navigate traffic, if you're sitting at home alone, you must remember that you are inherently beautiful. So, what does that mean to you? What is your posture like? What is your manner like? How do you speak to yourself? What does someone who is beautiful sound like? Do you take the time to acknowledge your beauty? Honestly, if you have to get somewhere at a certain time, you have to wake up earlier to make yourself feel beautiful so you can enter that situation, adding to it the beauty that is inherently you. I don't know about you guys, but I know that interacting with family and loved ones, interacting in job situations, interacting with strangers can often leave us feeling not so very beautiful, not so very radiant, not so very significant. And I'm offering you an opportunity to consider otherwise, right? Because how we feel eventually becomes a choice. And so, I'm asking you to choose to feel beautiful. Do whatever you need to do so, because the people around you, the situations around you, are not here to make you feel beautiful, to make you feel wanted, to make you feel loved. That's not their job. It's their job to make themselves feel beautiful, wanted, and loved. And so it is your job to make yourself feel beautiful, wanted, and loved. This may mean that in certain circumstances, you may need to leave early. Have an exit plan when you are surrounded by people who you're not really feeling supported in your pursuit of feeling beautiful and loved. This may mean that you speak up more, share your brand of magic with people that you may not be used to sharing it with. This may mean that you say no, thank you, or arrange for other times to connect or show up at the grocery store in order to really step into your beautiful, radiant power. Either way, no matter what you choose, no matter what circumstance you're facing, the universe wants you to remember that your contribution to any situation is your beauty, the inherent power of you being you. And of course, if you're having difficulty finding that, reach out to me, send messages in the chat, follow me online, show me, just reach out to me and I will definitely help you get to the source, the root of your beauty so you can shine, shine, shine on. So that was a really great affirmator card. Affirmators, affirmators. I don't know what they like to be called. I just still think it was a beautiful call. So we've got some people online, and thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up. Please enter your questions in the chat box as we move on to our reading for the day. And so we're going to change the screen. These are the cards I use for my readings. And if you've had an in-person reading with me, you would have seen them. The African goddesses, the goddesses, ascended masters, the fairies. And there is my talking to heaven card, which today we're going to get a message, and my past life cards. So moving right along, we're going to make sure the chat screen is up, and we're going to also make sure that you guys know to submit your questions in the chat, as well as follow me online. We're at Mel Thompson and at In-Lightened Spirit. So moving right along, another thing we must remember at this time of the year, here we go, alchemy, magic. Oh, this is really, really important. Along with your beauty, your brand of magic is so very important. And oftentimes, there are not people in our lives that say, yeah, thanks for bringing your brand of magic to the party. My brand of magic was every gathering, I was a little cleaning girl. I would do the dishes, I would set things up, I would just be always bustling because I couldn't sit the fuck down. And so I felt most comfortable cleaning and supporting the hostess. And so that sometimes made people feel uncomfortable. And that was tough noogies for them. My brand of magic is whatever makes me feel beautiful, useful, needed, and loved and supported. And so we're asking you to go a little bit deeper. What is your brand of magic and how does it show up? It is saying that along with your beauty, add your brand of magic. Maybe your brand of magic is that you like to go pick up people from the train station when you are busy in the holiday gathering, and sometimes you just need to take a little step away from it. Maybe your brand of magic is the person who runs the errands just to get a little break away from the crowd, or picking up people from mass transit. Maybe your brand of magic is being completely present or being that really active listener. Either way, beauty and magic is yours this holiday season, this week. I'm trying to find the beauty card again. There it is. Beauty and your magic. This is what you offer to every single person that you interact with this week. So when you're feeling like you're approaching this week at a deficit, if you're feeling that you have been too stressed, that you have been too scattered and you haven't done enough, it's time to stop, halt, take a breath, and realize that the greatest gift you can give is you stepping into the power of your beauty and you actually using your magic. So how does it show up? I'm going to move on to my goddess cards. This is my very first deck of cards, and see what they are saying about our beauty and our magic showing up this week. So here we go. Oh, it's by taking leaps of faith. Yeah. So your beauty and your magic is going to show up when you do something that's outside of your comfort zone. Yes, indeedly do. Who likes to step out of their comfort zone? Who wants to take a risk? Often those risks include being completely honest, often showing some forgiveness, often doing something, showing up in a way that you're not used to showing up. But this way they're saying to take a leap of faith is to consider this. Your problems are resolved. So if you're worrying about money, if you're worrying about time, if you're worrying about, access, we want you to consider that this is not a problem anymore. There's no problem, because your beauty, your magic, your ability to take the risk is going to show you that the thing that you used to think was a problem in this time of your life, in the holiday season, with the winter solstice, with the New Year's coming up, with all the holidays and all the people, those things that used to be a problem are not a problem. And we need you to take that risk and think, hey, what if I were to approach this situation believing that there are no problems, that everything that is happening now is happening for me instead of to me? It takes a leap of faith to consider that mindset, but you are encouraged to do so. Why? Because even this bozo on the bus does so, and her life is freaking awesome, even when it fucking sucks. Moving along, we're going to move into our ascended masters and see what they need to tell us about this holiday season, this winter solstice, the lengthening of the days and the shortening of the darkness, telling us something we should be working towards for the New Year's. What do we need to know moving forward? And it is to follow our hearts. All right. So, following our hearts can be very difficult because our minds, which are on top, tend to think that they are more correct than our hearts. And so, what I notice when trying to follow my heart is that I must follow my gut. This one right here. I follow my gut because that is more closely linked to my heart than my mind is. And so a touchstone for following my heart slash gut, my belly, is to ask myself, what is going to help me rest peacefully tonight? What is it that's going to help me have a good night's sleep tonight? If I do X, am I going to sleep peacefully? Or if I do Y, am I going to sleep peacefully? That is how my heart starts to radiate in a way that I can start to listen to it more rather than my mind. My mind wants to preserve my ego. My mind wants me to stay safe at all costs in all situations. So we are asking you to we were asking you to consider listening to your gut and your heart and be like, which one is going to make me lay down at night feeling peaceful and not like I have to make apologies to people? And that will help you guide your actions. That'll help you go into the area that you need to be in, as well as that is taking a leap of faith of suspending your mind's chatter so you can then do the next best thing. And so we do have a question in the chat box, and it's what should you be doing this week to prepare for the new year? So we have already mentioned emphasis on beauty. So yes, go and get that facial. Yes, go get your massage. Take extra time to look beautiful. Yes, work your magic. Identify your brand of magic. Clean if that's the way your magic shows up. Making sure you get enough sleep if that's the way your magic shows up because you're nice and rested. But activate and use your brand of magic. We were asking you to take a leap of faith. So there's something that you may be doing that you don't, or may not be doing, that you really have to, and to do it because it's not going to be a problem. Your problems are solved. No more worrying. We're going to shift away from that worry ego mindset into the trusting heart centered. How is this going to make me feel better the next day type of mindset? And to follow your heart. Your heart is directly linked to your gut. So it's asking you to follow it instead of your mind. But we're going to go and move into this question a little deeper. And we're going to use the fairies. And so what else should you be doing this to prepare for the new year? Let's see. Our fairy friends want to tell us to break free. Yeah. This is actually extremely true as well and falls perfectly in line with all of these cards we just talked about, right? The new year, and they're telling me right now, the new year is about freedom, but freedom is a choice. We are asking you to consider the choices you are making that keep you enslaved. The choices that you are making that are reinforcing these ideas that there's a problem, that you're not beautiful, that your magic is not appreciated. The choices that you're making to put yourself in situations where you're not seen, valued, and loved. The choices that you're making that are limiting yourself. And so they're asking you to break free from these mindsets because you got shit to do, homie. You got shit to do. And so following your heart, listening to your gut is you breaking free from the mind chatter, from the ego enslavement, taking a leap of faith, trusting and believing that no matter what you do and how you do it, it's going to end up for your highest and greatest good is you breaking free. Believing that problems are solved and anything that appears to be a problem is truly not a problem. It's the universe happening for you, working with you rather than against you, and using your magic, right? How many of us magical people are still in the closet? Break out from the closet. We are asking you to use your magic to show up as your most authentic and beautiful self. Break free. And you know what? You're going to step on some freaking toes. You're going to piss some people off, right? But problem resolved. Yes, yes, yes. Because it's not your job to make them feel more comfortable. It is your job to help them grow, just like it's their job to help you grow. So when you do practice your magic, when you do step into your beauty, when you do follow your heart, if you piss people off, know that that is the function. It is the thing that it is designed to do because you are going to be growing. You are going to be learning more about yourself, learning more about those people. You're going to be learning more about those situations. You're going to break free from old paradigms because you're going to have new information. You're going to have new data in which to make choices with. You're going to be able to follow your heart because that data is going to be more in aligned with what your heart and your spirit and your soul is asking you to do. But it's going to take a leap of faith. You're going to be put into a situation where it doesn't feel so comfortable, but that's okay because it's all magic and this magic is working for you. It is not working against you. None of this is working against you. So that is the main reading for this beautiful week of winter solstice, holidays, of all of the wonderful things that are coming up with the end of the year. And so I will see you guys before the New Year's, but I want to remind you all that we are so fortunate, no matter what our outside worlds look like. We are so fortunate to be existing in this time space dimension. And we have also suffered in this time space dimension. We certainly have. And we suffered in the form of loss. And so many people have transitioned for us. And so I have decided that we're going to pull a card from the Speaking to Angels deck so we can get a message from those who have transitioned about what and how they feel for us and what we should consider when we are faced with loss. And this can be loss of job, loss of a loved one, loss of opportunities, loss of faith, loss of anything. Because every ending is a beginning. And they're saying that they always give you a good night kiss. So whether or not it is a person, a situation, a thing, whether or not that this loss is a specific person giving you a good night's kiss. It isn't about the actual kissing. It is really about this loss still blessing you, this loss still supporting you, this loss still giving you gifts, even when you cannot perceive the gift because you're so mired in the loss. I lost somebody that was very, very special this week. And I had an amazing opportunity to connect with them as they were transitioning and after their transition. And I am heartened to know that they are still giving me and their loved ones pats on the back, that they are still guiding and loving us, that they know that everything we've been doing, everything that we've been working towards, we have been working very hard to achieve. And that anytime I want to, I can feel them. I can know that our experience is so much more grander than our experience together in this lifetime, with my jobs, with the people, with the situations I've encountered. That experience was so much more rich, so much more grand, because we got a chance to do it together. And so they want you to know, they want me to know that there is no such thing as death, right? It is not the end. Here's a little science for you. Energy cannot be destroyed. It is only transmuted. It is only transformed. Second rule of thermodynamics, right? So if energy cannot be destroyed, where does it go? What does it do, right? The energy that is our essential selves is still out there, radiating and working. And so they want us to know, universe wants us to know, spirit wants us to know that death is not the end. There is no such thing. It is, though, however, about learning how to perceive energy differently. And that is what the magic is. The energies that are around us all the time are informing us, are elevating us to beauty, that are giving us the confidence to take leaps of faith, that are urging us to follow our hearts because they're speaking to our hearts, to break free, to understand that we don't have to be prisoners anymore, and to understand that there is no problem. Even the idea of death is no longer a problem. So, with these losses, we want you to take a leap of faith that it is not the end. The end does not exist. It is just another beginning. And in this beginning, if you choose to attune yourself to the energies that are around you, this beginning can be dynamic. It can be awe-inspiring. It can be amazing. If only you choose to break free from some of your old paradigms and try to see the magic that is starts with inside of you and then moves out to all that love sees, values you, and even those strangers you haven't even met yet, it radiates out to them too. So yes, energy is neither created nor destroyed, only transferred from one form to the other. So always give out good energy. That's absolutely right. Thank you so much for that comment. And that is the card that is alchemy, your bloody magic. And I'm so excited that we were able to have these messages today. Thank you so much for everyone who has shown up, bearing with me. And remember, I am Mel, In-Lightened Spirit. Let's try to get this up together. Yeah, this is me, Mel, In-Lightened Spirit. Reach out to me via your DMs. I would love to do a reading for you. I would love to help connect and help you activate your into your highest and greatest good, help you discover your magic, and to break free from all the bullshit that no longer serves you. You can follow me. Where is that? You can follow me on at Mel Thompson or at In-Lightened Spirit on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, soon LinkedIn, and all the other platforms that I can link to this software. So we are going to shut it down. Thank you, thank you, thank you yet again for showing up, for being my friends and partying with me. Happy holidays. Happy solstice. Happy New Year. That's right. It's a new year. And we're going to end this stream. Make sure you dance and party. Love you. Mwah, 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 mwah.